Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, a like wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Anthony Totri, and joined with me on this fabulous Friday.
Just two little stinkers.
Two little stinkers. We got Shawn DePaz, as always, to the right, and Shane Dieffenbach to my left. Boys, how we doing on Friday?
We did something bad this morning.
Very, very
I think it was great.
Depends on the definition of bad, but
It wasn't bad. It was phenomenal.
We did something. We did a thing.
Yeah, we did a thing. Or you guys did a thing. Thankfully.
Why don't we show them what the thing is?
We'll just go right to it.
How are we feeling?
Nervous, but I want to look good, so I'm not that nervous.
I don't think I am. The goats. Appreciate you guys.
So, our boys, we got Slim Shady, one over here, and Slim Shady two to my left. Guys, how we feeling with the blonde hair, the bleached hair?
Sexy as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel not only handsome but also cute.
Yeah. You know, you guys can personally thank Joe Burrow for your hairstyles.
Joey.
Joe Shiesty.
Yeah. So if you guys are unaware to why these two have bleached hair, it's because a couple of weeks ago they decided that they were so confident in Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs -7 that they bet me that they would have to bleach their hair if Joey B didn't cover. Not only did Joe Burrow cover, he won the game.
Yeah,
Joke's on you, though, because
we look great.
we look amazing.
We're a quick shout out
debatable.
to the Sarah Roberto Salon for hooking us up with that this morning. Really clutch, family friends. So appreciate you guys. Check them out. They're in the Desert Ridge beauty area. And they got a great setup there, great office, great people. Just a good
Very
time,
fun.
honestly.
It was, honestly, I enjoyed it.
You guys look like you belong in an anime.
I don't know what that means. I look like I
What?
belong in 8 Mile. But like I said, I think I look amazing. So joke is on you.
I'll double down on that, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's just the first part of this great Friday. Personally, my favorite part is what we're going to get into next. We've got a phenomenal interview set up with former ASU softball legend. I'm going to call her a legend.
Oh, yeah.
Maddi Hackbarth. Literally, I'm looking at the awards just from 2021 alone. We've got 2021 NFCA All-American second team at-large catcher, 2021 Softball America third team All-American, 2021 NFCA All-West Region first team, and two-time 2021 Pac-12 Player of the Week. Maddi Hackbarth, thank you so much for joining us on Friday.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, obviously you're not at ASU anymore, but looking back at your time at ASU, what for you was the best part or the high point?
I would just say the process, the journey of being a student athlete. It's not easy, but I think just figuring out how to get through lows, struggles, failure, probably was my favorite, just because like that grew me in the person that I am. If I didn't go through the hard times that I did, then I wouldn't have been successful. I wouldn't have had all those accolades that you just named off. So yeah, just being a student athlete in general, it goes by fast. So I was happy that I got 5 years of it. So yeah, but I think to answer your question, just being a student athlete, everything that comes along with it, the process, all of that, I think that was probably my favorite thing that I took away from ASU.
For sure. Well, you have a sister, Kendra, obviously, who is also really good at this softball thing. What was that conversation like when you guys decided to leave Fresno State?
There really wasn't a conversation about leaving. Going through the recruiting process, we always told each other, like, no matter what, like, choose a school that you want to. Like, it's college, you only go there once. So don't make it like a package deal. We always told coaches and all that stuff, we're not a package duo, like recruit each other for each other and the skills that we bring one-on-one. So when we decided to leave, it was more of, okay, we went through what we went through. We don't want to go through that again.
Mm-hmm.
So we really kind of just sat down and did individually what we wanted. And it really didn't really come down to ASU. It came down to the coaching staff. So Coach Ford and Coach Wynn, who is now at Minnesota. It really just came down to them. And then also, bringing Harger into it. It was really about that. And, Coach Ford was always there for us through the recruiting process. She felt like another mom to us. It was really not really about the school. It was more of about being taken care of. And Coach Ford did that. So it was a very easy decision to leave Fresno, and it was a very easy decision to commit to ASU.
So once you got to ASU, you mentioned some of that growth that you had. How did you grow as a player at ASU? What was that experience like?
Difficult. But I think after each year, I just wasn't happy with my performance. I wasn't happy with what I did. A lot of me felt like I let down a lot of people, and I can be honest, I'm a people pleaser, so like that wasn't the best feeling. And I felt like I let myself down the most. All the sacrifices that I did to get to where I was, I felt like I just let myself down in a way of I didn't perform to my best ability. So I just took a look in the mirror, and each year I was like, okay, what can I get better at? So I would watch film, I'd ask the coaches. And so each year I felt like I was getting better at what they wanted me to. And then it got to a point where quarantine happened, and it was like I felt like softball was getting taken away from me, and it was out of my control. So that wasn't the best feeling. But I think what I did for my body, in a sense of during quarantine, I got a trainer, I got a nutritionist, and I really hit the gym really hard. And I hit when I could. Obviously, lockdown and stuff. My parents bought us a tee, balls, a net that we could hit at home. So I got my work in there, but I think what I did for my body is really what took me to the next level. I've always had knee problems since I was 10 years old, catching every weekend, up to 8 games possibly. So being able to lose some weight, it really did a lot for me, but in a sense of it really took my mindset to another level. Like I kind of, I don't like to use this word, but I kind of handicapped myself in a sense of I told myself I couldn't do things. And then when I realized that I could do it, it kind of challenged me. And so I'm like, yeah, I can do anything if I put my mind to it. So I think just changing my mindset and having a more positive outlook on things instead of a negative, just because of everything, knee problems, not being able to do things. I kind of got used to that, and it didn't get me anywhere. I got stuck. I tell little girls, like, you ever get that feeling when you're done eating, you're full? Never get that feeling with softball, because there's always a way to get better. And so I had to kind of figure out what hard work was again, because I feel like I peaked and got good at a very young age, and I stayed there. And then when I got into high school, people were going above me. People were getting better than I was, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm committed, blah, blah. So I think figuring that out, going through all of that, is really what the process was all about, and very grateful for all of it, I guess.
Yeah. You mentioned the coaches a couple different times. What do you think about Coach Ford and some of the other coaches contributed to the culture change at ASU?
So when I was going through my recruiting process, I got recruited by a lot of schools. My first ever offer was to Oklahoma when I was in the 8th grade. And I'm like, I'm literally 12, 13 years old. I don't know what I want. And I'm like, yeah, sorry. But at that point, I was like, okay, like this is a serious thing. So I decided to sit down and write on a notebook, like what I want out of college and all this and that. And a very important thing was that my coaches had to have kids. Because if I'm going to go anywhere away from home, I need to know that I'm going to be taken care of, because my mom and my dad have taken care of me my whole life. And so that was very important. And just to see Coach Ford, so when Coach Ford was at Fresno State, I was down there after I committed there, like every other weekend when they would play. Me and my dad would drive. It was like a 2-hour drive, and we would go watch the games. And just to see the way she coached and the way she pushed the girls, it was just something that, I don't know, it just touched home for me. And so she was just having that mom figure was very important to me. So when she showed that to me, it was like, okay. When Not a lot of people know this, but me and Kendra, we were committed to Notre Dame our sophomore year of high school, and some things fell through, so we decommitted. And that next tournament, Coach Ford was there 7 a.m. and it was just like incredible to see.
Wow.
Like, she could go watch anybody, but she decided to come watch us all day. And we got back. We were in Colorado, and we got back to Cali, and we went on another visit. Like, we went on maybe 4 or 5 visits to Fresno just because it was, let's go see Coach Ford. But so yeah, and then we committed. I was like, Mom, turn around. Like, I got to go tell her that I'm coming. And so we turned back around and asked her to come out, and she came out, and we told them hugs, all this stuff. And when it came to ASU, it was the same thing as, Mom, we can't leave here until we tell her. Like, where do I sign? And so definitely having that mom figure, his family is very important to me, was way bigger than softball. I guess when it came to what I wanted for my college career, I wanted to be taken care of. And if I knew that, then I knew that I could play, because that support system was very important to me.
For sure. Well, obviously such a big part of it is the mentorship, and you hinted at that many times. Now you're kind of on the other side at South Mountain Community College. What is that like, and how rewarding is it to be a coach and try to be that figure that you guys always sought for?
So coaching was definitely something that I wanted to do. I always wanted to help people, and I was like, what better way than to do it with softball? So I graduated, got done, and I went to Florida, and I coached in the Florida Gulf Coast League that they put on for incoming freshmen and then freshmen or people that are in the portal to play all summer. So I got my feet wet there, and that I loved it. I loved every second of it. And then I got back, and I hit up Brittany Mata at South, and I was there for a couple months. But I am now at Central Arizona Community College coaching there, and we are 9-0. We got 15 home runs on the season, so I'm loving it. It's so much fun to see someone's process in a sense of what their swing looked like 4 months ago to what they do now. And it's just crazy to see that process, that growth in somebody else, and then just to them look at you like they want to sit there and have me take all the credit. I'm like, hey, I'm not swinging that thing. I'm not swinging that bat. You're swinging it. That's you. So just to see a smile on their kid's face, like, I never played at a JUCO. I've never known anything about JUCO, but a lot of these girls don't have much, and so all they know is, I love softball. Like, I want to play softball. This is, this and that. So just to see the smile on their face, and just to come out and practice every single day and work hard, just to want them to get better. It's just, it's undescribable. It just brings so much joy to me to just see how happy they are when they succeed. And it just means that I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing right now in this moment, helping somebody out. And like, my dreams of what I've wanted to do in my life are coming true. So it's incredible. It's fun, really enjoyable. Not all the time, but that's coaching. You don't like to lose. You don't like all the little things that go wrong, but just to take my experience and to help somebody out, for them not to go through the same thing that I've gone through, the downs and all that kind of stuff, and just be able to help them out it's incredible. It's fun.
So now that you're a little removed from ASU, do you still keep in touch with anybody that was on the team with you? And kind of, what is your prospect? How do you think this team looks, and kind of the future of the program? What are you kind of expecting out of the team?
Big things, obviously. I always expect big things. But I went to the game last night when they played Oklahoma State. So that was fun. very different being in the stands than on the field, but I enjoyed it. I got to see a lot of fans come up to me, talked to me, and supported me, my entire career. So get to actually have a genuine conversation with them and to thank them for supporting me. They didn't have to choose me to be like, oh my goodness, I love watching you, but they did. So it was nice to be able to be on the other side and have those genuine conversations. And then obviously to get to watch them play. I keep in touch with Coach Ford, every other week. We actually sat down a couple weeks ago for dinner and we got our framed jerseys, so that was fun. Been really waiting on that. So, but yeah, I don't know much about the team. Like, I don't know a lot about any of the newcomers or anything, just because I haven't been around. But I think who they had that stayed, and then a couple girls that came in, I think they're going to do a good job. I don't know much about the Pac-12 because I was so in touch with all the girls that left in my year. But everybody keeps asking, how do you think it's going to work out? I don't know. I really don't. You always have those top dogs, UCLA, Washington, Oregon. And then obviously we always sneak up there, and obviously, the cats from down south or whatever, don't care for them. But forks up. But I think it's gonna be a grind for the Pac-12 this year, but I think it's gonna be fun to watch and see how it all plays out. I feel like it might be a little bit more even. You don't have the Rachel Garcias in there and the Bubba Nichols and the Sis Bates, those big timers. So I guess we'll see. But I'm excited. I'm going to be going to the games tonight, tomorrow, probably Sunday. My mom is coming in town. I pick her up after this. So, and then my brother and nephew. So I'm excited to see my family. I'm excited for them to be there. My mom bought season tickets, so it was nice to sit in a seat that had my last name in it. Like, that's kind of cool. But yeah, so yeah, I'm excited. Always going to support and root for ASU softball, Coach Ford. Can't wait for Minnesota to come in next weekend and see Coach win. Just because she's done a lot. She's been there the same amount as Coach Ford, and I know Kendra worked with her a lot more than I did. So I know Kendra will be excited to see her, but I think it'll be a good year. I think there's going to be a lot of shocks, a lot of ooh-ah in the Pac-12, but it should be exciting to watch, and I'm looking forward to it.
Of course. Before we get to a little bit more of the random questions, I did want to ask you, you mentioned how important having the motherhood aspect, or just having some of these players like yourself when it came to Coach Ford, almost look at her as a mom. Do you try and embody that with the way you coach, and if so, how?
Tough love, I guess. Figuring out every player's different, and I think being a coach and being on the other side of it is a learning process. There's some kids you can get on, there's some kids that you can't. There's some kids you have to explain things a little bit more. Other ones you can just look at them and like, yeah, I know. So just understanding and who they are as a person, but also as a player, who you can push more, who you gotta be a little more lenient about. But I think Coach Ford's definitely taught me how to do all that, so I'm forever thankful for her for that. But yeah, just that tough love, understanding who to get on, who not to, all that stuff. I forgot the first part of your question.
How important is it that you kind of embody what Coach Ford did for you?
Oh, very important. That's what I was. So obviously being a twin, we have an older brother. He's 9 years older. So ever like the normal, whoever's older are gonna babysit and beat up kids or whatever. Like, if you're mean to my little sister, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with you, type thing. The older brother love. That was me. That was me with Kendra. So I've always been a protector, but everybody incoming freshmen have always said, "Oh, you're so intimidating," and then they meet me, I'm like this big old teddy bear. So I've always been like that. Before I met Coach Ford, my mom's like that. My dad is a huge teddy bear, but big man, so he's kind of intimidating. So I think that's just coming from where I'm coming from, like how I grew up, I've always been that way. I've always looked over Kendra, protecting her. So it came natural, when I was playing with the girls on my team. I always told them, like, I'm always here for you. If you need help, if I don't have the answer, I'll find the answer. I'm always like shoulder to cry on. I'm always here for you to like just vent. I don't care about what, live, softball, whatever. I would pre-COVID, I either like once a week I'd have the team over and I would make dinner,
Oh, wow.
spaghetti, chicken, and they would bring their homework over because we had a house and we had puppies, and you can chill, you can do your homework, watch a movie, play games, eat all the food, take the food home because I'm not going to eat it. So that way it was always like a Thursday. We had like a swim. It was like a swim day for our workout. And so after everybody would go home, shower, come over, I would make dinner. And it was a really good bonding. So I guess I've always had that mother instinct in me. It's been fun to see it in a coaching aspect. I've always give lessons and stuff like that, but in a group setting, it's definitely more challenging. But I think because of Coach Ford and, my mom and dad, that it hasn't been like that difficult because I've had that mentorship, I guess, and know what to do, what not to do. So
Yeah, that's awesome. And that kind of works perfectly segueing to our 7 circles of hell. So we're going to get into some random questions.
Yeah, I saw you name this. I was like,
Yeah.
my God.
Well, I figure Sun Devils, hell.
Yeah, I get it, but
7 questions.
It sounds like we're throwing her into a fire.
It's not as bad as it sounds, I promise. It's just 7 random questions, pretty much. And you mentioned your sister, so I'm kind of curious, what's the best twin story that you have with you and Kendra?
Our sophomore year, we were in the doctor's office, and everybody asked me, like, they always ask, you guys have twin telepathy or whatever? And I was like, me and Ken were looking at him like, let's just mess with them. But, like, it was so crazy. So our trainer asked us, and we're like, yeah, sure. And she was like, okay, I'm going to ask you what you guys' favorite color is, and on 3, you're going to say it. She said it, and we're like, okay, 3, 2, 1, and we both said orange. And me and Ken looked at each other like, no way, we did not just do that. So at ASU, that's probably been the funniest thing. My favorite, though, like, of all time was the Utah game, our junior year. We both hit a combine of 5 home runs that game. So that's probably – I had 3, she had 2. Very long game, but that's probably – when me and her have hit a home run, we hit a home run in the same inning that game too. So just being able to do that, like, you don't get – that doesn't happen often. And so that's something that, like, I've definitely held on to. It's always been – everybody asks me that question. I'm like, yep, that's it right there. That's my favorite. Like, that's just crazy. No one – like, I don't know anybody that's ever been able to do that or will get the chance to do that. So that's definitely been my favorite.
Yeah, that's dope. Well, what about, aside from that, just experiences at ASU? You have anything strange happen? There's so many people there. I've had strange experiences myself. I've been the cause of strange experiences for other people. Maddi, have you had any strange encounters at Arizona State University?
I don't know. You're a student athlete. You go to practice, you go to softball, you go to workouts, and you go home and go to sleep. So I don't know. I think, like, during quarantine, like, I just had random people in stores ask me, are you Maddi Hackbarth? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Am I? Who are you? I'm like a stranger. I'm like, I don't know. You're scary. Leave me alone. That was a lot during quarantine. Like, I got followed out of a Target and asked if I was Maddi Hackbarth. I got asked outside of a gas station. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I am. Who are you? She's like, oh, I'm a ticket holder. I'm like, oh, yeah. Nice to meet you. Go Devils, forks up. Awesome. So
Okay.
strange, I guess.
So did you have any, like, pre-game rituals? We talked to the men's basketball coach, Bobby Hurley, a couple weeks ago, and he said on game days he just doesn't eat at all. So do you have any, like, weird things that you did to get ready for the game, like anything like that?
I wouldn't say anything really on game day. On game days I hung out in the trainers because I was getting treatment. I'd eat in there. But the night before I would go eat some sort of pasta. Really, it was like Olive Garden. I'd go to Olive Garden, have pasta, and then I always had to have a dessert. And so the last 2 years it was Bahama Bucks. And it would just stick. And I was like, well, I did good, so we're going there. But it was
Yeah, I think
only,
it was working.
It was only the night before. So if we traveled, like if we were traveling that day, the night before I'd go. And I started bringing the team with me. They enjoyed it. So
So it turned into like a whole team thing.
I would bring some of the girls and say, hey, we're going. Not everybody could go because some people had study hall or class or something. But I would bring the girls and tell them, and they all the time at practice, where are we going tonight? Where are we going tonight? It's like, I don't know. I'm sweating right now. I'm not hungry. Cool off. Let me get in the ice bath real quick, and I'll let you know. But yeah, that was probably my ritual.
Well, quick follow-up. Were breadsticks on the menu when you went to Olive Garden, or was it strictly pasta?
Oh, no. Breadsticks were 100%. And like Alfredo sauce to dip.
Yes,
Oh.
that's the key. That's what people don't know. You got to ask for a side of Alfredo. Dip the breadsticks in. It's the only way to go.
Really?
Yes.
I've never done that before.
Your hair looks like Alfredo sauce.
Your hair looks like Alfredo sauce.
God. So now that you're not at ASU, I imagine it's not as intense when you're like working out, or it's just like that not super intense
Schedule.
Yeah, intense schedule. So if you go out, what is your drink of choice?
Well, you see, I don't drink. I don't drink because not a lot of people know. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of people know because I came out with it. But during regionals, I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if like you guys watch a lot of the games or anything, but during regionals, I was pulling myself out of the games because of like physically could not see. I didn't know I think for like a month leading up to the diagnosis, like my body was just like not okay. And so at that point, like the blood vessels behind my eyes were so like swollen and stuff and filled with sugar that it affected my vision. So like, when something's not in focus, like it's just blurry, that's what my vision was.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I could play through it. Yeah, no, the game was just moving too fast. So I pulled myself out. And then I think the game that we lost, I was like so irritated. And I was like, oh, here we go. But so I don't drink. I tried it, but it's just too hard. So I don't drink anymore. But pre-diabetes, it was Captain Morgan and Coke.
Love it. I remember I was at those regional games. It was either the Virginia Tech or BYU game, and I remember I was like, where the hell is Maddie? This is horse shit. Now I have the answer. So I'm glad it wasn't a coaching decision.
A lot of people questioned it. A lot of people were asking my parents, and it was just like, at that time they told me I was type 2, and I kind of just looked and I was like, I don't think I'm a type 2 diabetic. I don't know what diabetes are, but I don't think I'm that. And Memorial Day weekend, I got told it was type 1. So, but yeah, I'm getting the hang of it now. It's definitely been a roller coaster. I made a decision to go all the way across the states to Florida for all summer, newly diagnosed, and, made it work. But no, I'm still training. I had 5 a.m. this morning.
Legend. This is what it takes to be a legend.
For real.
Water and 5 a.m. workouts.
My mom's a type 1 diabetic. She wakes up at 5 a.m., but she doesn't have to catch or do anything. So,
Oh, man.
oh, I think you're muted, Maddie.
Let's see. Still muted?
Can you unmute her? No.
Huh.
I can sing while she's muted.
Yeah,
you wanna
it
say
says
what
you
you-
muted yourself, Maddie. I don't know if there's a...
Whoa, whoa. I have blonde hair.
Can't hear you.
Maybe try to leave and come back in.
Do you want to try and leave and then rejoin? Nope. I can read your lips, but I cannot hear you.
Well, fun stuff so far.
Oh, yeah.
7 Circles of Hell. I think we need to work on that.
Really?
Man. Yeah, you just kind of threw that out there, and I saw that on the rundown. I was like, I don't remember agreeing to this.
What do you think, Shawn?
I mean, I was the one that came up with the idea.
Yeah, so like, don't put this on me.
No. Still muted.
What the heck? It just like totally went. Like your audio was fine, and now it is no longer fine. What's it say on the screen right there? Guest has muted themselves. Is there a setting in Ecan?
This makes for good content right here, guys.
Interesting. Nope, still can't hear you. Well, regardless, we appreciate you joining us for the time that we did have you. Love the answers and learned a lot about
Real
it.
quick, you can do this without your audio.
Oh yeah, this is true.
Does our hair look good? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Wait.
Yes.
Point. Which one has better hair? Wait, is this you? Is it Shane?
Oh, the
damn
same.
it.
Yeah, baby.
Shawn's got better hair.
Yeah. Shane got excited for a second, but we all knew. Thank you. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you complimenting my hair.
I like Kendra better now.
Maddie, thank you so much for joining us and probably ruining Shane's day.
Yeah.
So we
100%.
appreciate it.
Thanks, Maddie.
Thank you, Maddie.
Oh man, guys, what? And the hair question aside, what was your favorite part?
Well, first of all, I expected that.
Did you? She had such a disgusted look on her face when she realized that you thought that Shane had the best hair.
It's okay.
She was like, "Oh God, no, the shaved head."
Yeah. Okay. You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to say that.
I think his hair looks good.
I agree that yours does look better.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to embody it better, wear it better.
I agree. I think he will
you know,
wear it better.
I think I just have more confidence than you do.
That's false.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
It's not that you're not confident, but I also am confident.
I just don't think.
This was not the question
I
I
think
asked.
you put up a front sometimes, Sean. I think there's
My
a lot of
favorite
stuff going
part
on
of
up
that
here.
interview was
Thank
when
you, Shawn.
Maddie talked about her twin, her telepathy.
Yeah.
That was funny.
The orange, that's hilarious to me, and also the fact that she's on the Alfredo and breadsticks grind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
100%. I think I was super interested to hear talk a little bit about Coach Ford.
Yeah.
yeah, for
And
sure.
how it was like I had never heard of a player of really any sport journaling, like obviously journaling what they want from a college, but to have the coach be a mom,
Yeah.
and for that
Yeah, that
reason, I
was
think
great.
that's super
Yeah.
interesting.
I feel like you hear a lot about like the things that people want in schools or programs
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But for her, especially at such a young age, to have just a clear idea of what she wanted in a coach is really cool that she kind of had that insight to her.
Yeah, 100%. I think it says a lot about her
sure.
upbringing too, right? Like she had grown up with her mom, with her dad, and it was like such a great upbringing that like when she left, she wanted that same feel
Took
for
the
it.
values with her for
Yeah,
sure.
100%. I think and that obviously contributes to just how talented I think her and her sister are at softball. So, Maddie, if you're listening, thank you again for coming on. And sorry about the technical
I
difficulties.
want to fight Big Tech right now. Go with those suits at Big Tech, throat punch them.
Really? That's what you want to
make
do?
Right
Right in
stream
Zuck's
better.
face.
Yeah.
Wow, right in Zuck's face.
Yeah.
Yes, because we stream on Twitter, not Facebook.
I love you, Shawn.
I hate you, Shawn.
You're great. But aside from the interview, guys, there's a big game coming up on Sunday.
There is.
Anybody interested in watching Joe Shiesty take a?
Could be.
I mean, he is. You can't tell me you're going to bet against him again after what he's done to your guys' hair.
I have bet against him.
Could be.
Wow, I can't believe it.
I'm throwing all my coin into props.
Listen,
That's the way to go with this.
if you want to be smart, I highly advise you go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app because in honor of Super Bowl 56, DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. All you got to do is bet just $5 or more, and you're going to get 280 in free bets if your team wins. Now, if you're not a new customer, just
All right.
like Shane mentioned, they've got some outrageously amazing prop bets.
Flea Flicker plus 225 to happen. Give me that all day. Ball hitting the upright plus 400. Give me that all day.
What do you got,
Blue
Shawn?
Gatorade plus 400. Give me that all
I don't know
day.
how I feel about Blue Gatorade.
the Gatorade one, I'm staying away from because
Clear is now the favorite, by the way.
is it
Really?
so just water or it's clear / water?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What is your Gatorade flavor, by the way?
Like go to
Yes.
Cool Blue.
pink.
Okay.
Like the pink one.
Bro.
Pink. What?
I like the pink one, man.
All right. Moving on. My favorite
It's
prop.
fruity, bro.
So are you.
I was introduced to this.
Listen.
I didn't even realize you could bet on this. Is it's the MVP is going to think first.
Yeah.
God.
And their post game speech.
Gotta be God.
You have God. You have their family, their coaches. You have the owner at plus 2,000.
Not happening.
Which come on. What kind of? I get he signs your paychecks, but if you win the MVP and you're thinking the owner
Simp.
first, simp indeed. But I like that prop a lot.
What's your guys' pick of the week?
Anything OBJ related. Odell Beckham over 65.5 receiving yards.
Love it.
Odell Beckham over 5.5 receptions. Cooper
Love it.
Kupp over 8.5 receptions. Anything involving those two guys, take their overs. That's my DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week for sure.
Yeah, I like anything that involves the Rams defensive line being successful. So,
Dude,
Sacks.
their sack total is egregious.
is it
What
3.5?
3.5
Yeah.
for plus money.
Over. Oh, so I'm going over
my
3.5
goodness.
on that, and over on Joe Burrow rushing yards because he's going to be running for his life.
10.5.
Ooh, I like that too.
10.5.
10.5.
I feel like
Wow.
We're going to cover all of this on Sunday on
That's
our
gonna
betting
be
show.
great. Yeah, we're gonna have or the boys, the Bets boys. That's what you guys are gonna be called now. The Bets boys.
No, you're not coining a
That's
name
boys.
for
Johnny
me.
needs to
Double
bleach
B.
his hair because
No,
then
he
you would
doesn't.
we go full.
Dude,
boy
Frankie, his little girl would be terrified of him.
I don't like that.
band. I'm already terrified.
Listen, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Okay, all you got to do is use promo code PHNX. Get 56 to 1 odds on either team.
That's 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details.
I can't now that you've said it so much. Anytime
I haven't said it so much. You've said
no,
it so
but now
much.
that you've made it known that we say listen, I am so conscious of it now.
That's
Good.
not even what I was laughing at. I was laughing at Leah standing on a chair behind the.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
impressive.
just
The,
getting to
the
real- Wait,
you
dexterity.
stood on the
I
chair.
looked over and she
Whoa!
got real tall, and I was just like, "What is going
That's
on?"
what Jacob sees. Imagine that. That's what Jacob sees all the time.
Our giraffe of a producer.
That's incredible. But in honor of the guy's bleached hair, we're going to debut a new segment. We've got Hot or Not. You wanna jump in and explain that a little bit, Shane?
Well, yeah, it's basically just going to be, like what is hot and what is not. So I am hot, Shawn is not.
Wow.
And it's going to be like trends like
What
that.
Maddi Hackbarth said, but
Yeah, it's the video that we're going to play right now. So just, here it is, hot or not.
Oh, I'm not apparently. Neither is. Yeah, I wonder who made this fucking video.
Oh!
Yeah, look at that. No, I'm not suspicious at all. Shane,
Don't be suspicious.
I was just about to say something.
our first hot or not
Be suspicious. Don't
topic
be suspicious.
is it's got to be the Slim Shadys. It's got to be the hair.
Dude, literally looked at myself in the rearview mirror and I was like, what the fuck have I done? I'm about 5 minutes into my drive on the freeway. I'm like, God damn. That man is fucking cute.
No, I did-
Busting it down sexual style, as the kids say.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ, please God, no. I got a text from Shane on the way. That was basically said he was feeling himself. I
I'm
was
feeling
just like,
myself.
Yes, I've been saying for the days leading up to this that I was gonna look good. I've been proven right. So objectively hot. The hot or not here should be not having bleached hair because that is not hot.
So
The
this
hot
is
hosts have bleached hair.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I
really?
said earlier, all the hotties are blonde.
It's a, what's the best bread? What's the best type of bread? What do you like? Like Wonder Bread?
Like Texas.
Like what's
toast.
the sexiest bread? Yeah, Texas toast. We're right now.
bread.
It's a Texas toast.
Did you just say pita bread?
I love pita bread, bro.
You are pita
See,
bread.
yeah, it's a Texas toast
I
sandwich.
go well with anything.
It's a Texas toast sandwich with spoiled turkey in the middle. Is what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Spoiled turkey. I'm
Yeah,
spoiled
you're
turkey.
spoiled turkey.
And you're
we're,
bread.
we're sexy Texas toast.
With
So,
sexy
I'm meat, you're
buttery,
bread.
Yeah, but
buttery
you're
Texas
spoiled meat.
toast. This is the butter on the
Yeah.
Texas toast,
Yeah.
baby.
So toast, butter, spoiled chicken.
no.
We are toast, and the blonde is the butter. We're nice and buttery, sexy, thick Texas toast.
Whoa,
It
And
looks like
you-
somebody put way less butter on you and they gave it to him.
I'm buttered up, shawty.
So are we going hot or not on this?
Hot. Duh.
Yeah, hot.
Okay, we're going hot on that. I guess I disagree.
He's
Next
just
up
jealous. He's
is we're gonna
jealous.
keep with Shane here, the mustache. Just mustaches in general. The 70s, just random thick eyebrow looking for a mustache.
Thick eyebrow looking for a mustache. What are you saying?
Like if somebody pulled your eyebrow.
My man's just you know the Daniel Jones run where he scrambled for 70 yards and fell
just
over. That is how he talks.
Chris said this is taking a turn. I can't imagine someone that has been like, oh, look at this Maddi Hackbarth interview, and then turns the interview on. She's dead silent, and now we're talking about our bleached hair.
No, she's trying to talk, and I'm just like, maybe try unmuting yourself. Mustaches are hot. Plain and simple. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't working. Clearly, it's working. And
Is it?
Yes.
In what
How's the
regard?
dating life?
Fantastic.
That's fair.
Listen,
Oh, again. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Welcome back to the Listen podcast.
Fuck you, dude. That's where I'm at with that.
Hear me. Hear me out.
Oh my god, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the new one.
I love that.
Okay, so hear me. Mustaches, it just depends on whose face it's on. My mustache, I shaved it last night, did not look great. It was a little ratty. My girlfriend's not a fan of it. So didn't work for me. Shane, I cannot imagine him without a mustache.
Yeah, I'd be scared of
think
you.
he looks creepy now. Imagine him without a mustache.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god.
What if he just dyed the mustache? Like the hair was
Well, that's what
normal,
I'm
but
saying.
the-
That's what
the
I think makes
mustache
the
was
hair
bleached.
so good is the stark contrast of the eyebrows and the mustache.
You know my favorite part about you guys is you love to give opinions on what I look like.
I was literally
You just called me
complimenting you.
spoiled chicken, bro.
I was complimenting you. I said the hair looks good because
I
the
know, but time and time again we come back on the show and you're like, Shane, you should do this. Shane, you should do this. It's just like what is this?
I
like,
have never told you should do anything with your physical appearance.
Yeah, you have.
What?
You told me to get a BBL.
Bullshit.
What is a
A
BBL?
Brazilian butt lift.
That never came out of my mouth.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
So you want to see Shane with a fat ass?
Yeah. Clearly, what's happening? Next topic.
Short shorts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
for men.
Chris.
So, how short are we talking?
I'm like, you've seen the gym shorts, right? That like the tighter gym shorts that go.
No.
That like right, not
Tight?
like
Ooh.
yeah, tight.
Ugh.
Trying to rock
With
loose,
biker shorts.
loose. No, not biker shorts.
That's tight.
Not okay. I'm not talking like squeezing you like your aunt squeezes your cheeks at Thanksgiving. Not that
Bro!
tight.
Oh, cheeks.
Hey,
Not
yo.
those cheeks.
Dude, why listen, hey, both of you look me in the eyes right now. Both of you. We're not doing this again. Let's get on track.
This is the track.
We started talking about ants pinching butt cheeks. What are we talking about?
Short shorts, in or out?
7-inch inseam shorts in. Anything shorter.
Can I
out.
give my 2 cents, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shorter, the better.
That's what I'm
Short
saying.
is in, and I get what you're saying by tight. It's a taper at the knee.
She knows.
I worked at Lululemon for 3 years.
Oh my God.
5-inch inseam coming in hot. Watch out, 7-inch. Never wear a 9-inch short inseam. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, but hear me out on this.
Speedos.
So 5-inch inseam?
Whoa.
I feel like the shorter. I'm not even gonna.
I'm
go
not
there.
gonna complain. I mean, I got stuff to show off right here.
Listen,
my shit is.
my thighs are
poppin'.
far too pasty to do.
Yeah, we saw that last night.
You
Yeah,
offered
those
up.
were my shins. A.
Well, yeah, I can only
Yeah.
imagine what your thoughts
B,
look like.
you know who would look good in 5-inch inseam? Well, I'm gonna take this back. I'm gonna
Yeah,
rephrase how I
whoa.
start this. You know who the people would like to see in 5-inch inseam shorts is Petey, because the Coyotes chat was thirsting for his legs.
Yeah, they
the other
love his
day.
legs.
Heavy.
Wait, that's a thing.
Yes, Petey's shins is like its own character now.
PHNX
And
shinny?
Petey might get to a point where he's just rocking straight thigh, no shin, just.
That doesn't sound like a podcast.
That doesn't
anymore.
sound like something that they'd have at fucking KFC.
Are we getting into that now?
Oh my god,
Dude, the worst part is that I drove past KFC last night on my way home, and there was a fucking truck outside delivering food.
It
Yeah,
was
you
definitely
did
the
send
drums
that.
and
You
thighs.
did
It was the
send
drums
that.
and thighs that they screwed us out of last night.
Yeah,
It's okay. I promise. It'll be better.
I got my
when you listen
my
to me next
McDonald's
time
there.
and don't go to KFC and you choose a good chicken establishment like Cane's or Chick-fil-A or
Shane, do you hear something?
Popeyes.
it's
Listen,
it's-
I'm the spoiled chicken of the group. I get to decide where the chicken comes from.
Hear me. It was turkey.
Hear me.
Hear ye, hear ye. Court jester Totri is here to speak.
Wow. Wow. You want to host the rest of the
No,
Okay, so those are our hot or nots of the week. We've got for any man listening that would like to further develop their look. Dye
For
your
all
hair.
the men that came to these three for fashion advice.
Dye your hair. Grow a mustache and buy short shorts. Those are our takes for the week, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited to see what next week's hot or not is already, honestly. I'm pumped.
I'm excited for my roots to come out a little bit. You know, get a little loose.
It'll be a little dirty blonde.
I was excited for my hair to grow out, and then I could be like full Frank Ocean, less Slim Shady.
That's who you look like. Frank Ocean. That's your new AKA.
That was, first off, it's not. Secondly,
Yes, it is.
I write the scripts, so it's not my AKA. My AKA is Slim Shady, actually.
Oh my god.
B, I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say. But no, I want my hair to grow out so I look more like Frank Ocean.
That's it. That's all you got for me.
Yeah, I think that's where I was going with it.
Okay. Well, thank you for contributing on that subject. I really appreciate it.
Someone's salty. He's rotten turkey.
It's
spoiled.
I'm turkey now.
Spoiled.
I thought it was chicken.
It was always turkey, and then you
always
switched
turkey.
it to chicken when we started talking about KFC.
Okay, whatever. I like turkey too. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Now let's talk about the spoiled turkey of the Pac-12.
Washington State?
Sure, we can go with that.
Yeah.
How do we feel about tomorrow's game?
Not good, very bad.
Good, very bad. Yes, indeed.
I think what the fan base and what the media needs to do is kind of just like lower
Are we the media?
Expectations.
the hopes a
I don't
little
think
bit.
we're. Are we?
Well, he said the media.
We're just like
just push it down
We're the
because that
mead.
seems when this team plays best.
when the expectations are to the floor.
Yeah. The bar is buried under the ground, and maybe they'll do what they did after the Washington State performance than what they did to Oregon. Same thing, they've been on a downslope, and I said this last night, but only way to go is up.
Interesting.
You can slip a little bit.
I was going to say they could score 28 points. I don't think it's
horrible.
going to happen. Chances are, statistically speaking, the only way to go is up. Or the most likely way to go is up.
So, fun story. Speaking of Pullman, the old ASU basketball coach, Bill Frieder, Coach Headache, all of them, while he was coaching at ASU, he said that his least favorite place to go was Pullman because it was so boring to one of his friends that was a reporter, and a reporter leaked that. And so the fans heard what he said about how he hated Pullman, so they were just chirping him, and like he called it, like he said something about being trash. They were like throwing trash and everything. So people don't like Pullman. There's not much to do in Pullman. Pullman is the Tucson of Washington. It's
Take that
cold.
back.
And they're not good at sports.
Hey.
At least U of A's got their basketball team.
Bro,
Washington
when
State?
Ryan Lobastall can throw for thousands of yards in his career at Washington State, I think that they've been good at football.
When was the last
Wasn't
time
Gar-
Washington State was good?
at
Wasn't-
football? Like
Yes.
5 years ago.
Wasn't Gardner Minshew from Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were balling out
They
recently,
were really good
They
in
haven't
mid
balled in a minute.
2010s.
Mid 2010s.
Yes.
which was like 5 years ago.
No, we're in 2022. Where the fuck are you?
Subtract 5 years, that's 2017, which is mid 2010s.
They were good in 2017.
Yeah,
Basketball, guys?
yeah, basketball. What do you think they got to do to come away from Pullman with a
Score
dub?
more points.
Okay, smart ass. What do you actually think strategically needs to be done?
They need to find a way to score more points. Not then to the opponent, but just in general. This has been the thing that's been bad all year.
Whom on that roster needs to step up? Call him out right now.
Kamani Lawrence. He had a great start to the year, and he's had on and off games. At the start of the year, he was averaging like 12 and 10. And now he's not, and he can't hit a free throw, and he's supposed to be the leader of this team. I expect him to wake up, but it's got to happen soon.
Yeah.
Obviously, DJ Horn,
DJ
Marion
Horn,
Jack, the
that's
guards in general. You need to run more plays for your scorers.
You need to
can't-
run plays
Yeah.
and sentence.
Period.
So you had Kamani.
DJ Horn was what I was going to say.
Okay. I'm with you on that.
There was earlier in the season where we were talking about him being like the team's offense, and
Yeah.
then he just stopped doing that. So it's supposed to be guard you. The guards need to produce, and he's where that's going to start. So yeah, DJ Horn just needs to be better at the basketball,
Yeah. Better at the basketball.
better at the sport.
I agree. DJ Horn, he's kind of he struggled to score lately, but for the majority of the season he was struggling to score in the second half. He would really lead this team in scoring in the first half, kind of go MIA in those last 20 minutes, and now it's kind of almost taken a turn to where he's not scoring at all. Scoring like 7-8 points a game, which is not going to cut it for a starting guard.
I
on
just
the
think this ASU team is so easy to game plan against. Like, so easy.
Yeah.
And that's why it
100%.
looks like everybody is locking the Sun Devils down. It's just because they don't change much.
Yeah.
And it's hard to change much when you have 12 players leave. But you're past the midway point in the season. You're in the
Gotta figure it out.
the last fourth of the season. You
Yeah.
got to figure something different
Yeah,
out.
100%. Especially coming from Pac-12
As I've
tournament.
reminded people, this is like a rebuild reminder. The record doesn't matter. Get some momentum going into the Pac-12 tournament, guys. That's all you got to do.
You say that every show.
I do. That's why I said I say this all the time. That's why I prefaced my sentence with that.
Dude, there's so much just
This the vibes
I think
are
the
not.
bleach is getting into my brain.
The vibes
so,
are
too.
not.
I'm feeling
immaculate.
great. I'm
I
just
feel
being
good.
attacked.
you're extra spicy today.
Yeah.
Who's attacking you?
The bleach.
We're not the bleach.
You're
I
kind
was
of the
spoiled turkey. I'm not bleach, okay?
I'm vibing. By the way, we'll get back to basketball. Washington State was 11-2, most wins in the Pac-12 in 2018.
In football?
Yes.
Okay, 2018. What was everybody doing in 2018?
Being freaking sweet.
Was that the Tide Pod?
I was
year?
just out there being a sweetie.
That honestly might have been the Tide Pod year. What was that? What was 2018?
When did I meet
Junior
you?
Year of high
Wasn't I met you in 2019?
You did?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. We were at a Friendsgiving together.
Oh yeah, we were.
Yeah.
And you know what I was doing? Being a sweetie.
I was in New York, not here, in college.
Well, that's lame of you to be in New York and not here.
I agree. I think that's, yeah. Well, it was Syracuse, New York. It wasn't New York. New
Okay.
York.
So not really New York.
I mean, in the state of New York.
Okay. Hear us out. That's what we're going to go with from now on instead of listen. We ask that if you love the content that not only we bring you, but the Craig Morgans of PHNX, the Geralds, the Sauls, the Espos, everybody here at PHNX, all you got to do, go to gophnx.com today. Become a member of the fam. You're going to get a free t-shirt from the PHNX Locker or your first month for just 50 cents just for signing up. Honestly, the shirts, we say it every day. They're incredible. I saw Johnny. Johnny's got the card shirt on. Here's another.
That one's so fire.
Bird
That one's
gang,
sick.
Bird gang.
What's the special? What's the special this week on PHNX shirts? Is it still Suns?
I don't know. You're the host.
Well, it's been the same special for the last week, so I'm just curious if it's changed. If it
Deal
hasn't,
of the
You know
weeks.
how you find out what the special is? You go to gophnx.com.
You become a member. You hang out in the
Become a member.
Discord and ask Saul and Espo to update the read.
yeah, that would be great. But since they haven't updated the read, this tells me that you guys get 20% off Sun shirts for members, which are personally my favorite. They got the best designs. They got the most shirts, I think, out of any of the teams. And according to the Discord, there's some new ones coming out, too.
And that Suns team is pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad.
My God.
DA just dunking all over Giannis last night.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
If you want some of those great Sun shirts,
Disrespectfully.
and you want to hear Slim Shady give opinions all day long,
What? My name is. Who?
and apparently
name is-
rap, go to phnx.com today. Become a member. Again, you're going to get either that free t-shirt from the PHNX Locker or your first month just for 50 cents, just for signing up. Guys, to wrap up our Friday, we're stealing a segment from that Sun show. They disrespected some of the people, and they
cool.
disrespected me.
I'm cool.
And I
eligible.
feel like you were disrespected
You
too.
weren't eligible. They just wanted to make Leah
that.
feel good because she was in the room, so she was picked
about
third
her?
instead of fourth.
Wow.
Shane was picked second and that pick was immediately responded with like, Shane?
No, it wasn't.
Really?
I
Yes,
rewatched
was.
it. No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. That's how Saul reacted when Lindsay picked you, and she's because Lindsay,
Okay.
he's my dude.
Well, in honor of that, we're going to do our own because we're better in every facet of the game, but the rules are going to be a little different. Unlike that show where you could just draft willy-nilly, here you've got to have a producer, talent, like a host, and one other position. It could be an intern, it could be any other host, it could be another producer, but you have to have at least a producer and a host.
Okay. Let's use an intern right now. Think of a number 1 through 3. You got it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. On 3, everyone, or sorry, 1 through 10. That would make way more sense. 1 through
Nice.
10. Okay, you got it? Okay. Say your number in 3, 2, 1, 4.
3.
5.
Oh my God. Fuck off.
we suck.
So who is 3?
I mean,
So I got 9.
Okay,
I'm the
so you go
closest.
first, I go second, you go third. Snake draft.
Okay.
So we're snake drafting PHNX employees like the Sun Show did, but there's rules to it. So
And ours is better, honestly, just already. I'm starting off with again the clear number one pick has got to be Craig Morgan. Like the guy literally breaks the website. He's just a great person. He now has consumed a hot dog with a condiment on it, and he had an IPA. So Craig is just overall the clear cut number one pick here.
I feel like it would be disrespectful to not pick Lindsay after drafting me.
Yeah, it
So I'm
would.
taking Lindsay number 1.
okay, I get 2 straight picks.
Yep.
So I am going to get creative with this. For my producer pick, I am choosing our current producer Jacob,
Wow.
Okay.
because that's just
First
power
round
right
after
there.
not getting drafted yesterday.
Jacob pick his power. That's like getting a 5-star.
That is
athlete.
power.
Yeah.
That is
Can
power.
do. He can run the company if he wants to. Could be a producer. He could do anything he wants. I believe in you, Jacob. My second pick, I need what? So I have a producer. I need talent, and then an other. I'm going with someone who was drafted criminally low yesterday, Cheerston.
Yeah, that was a criminal
great
pick
pick.
He was
yesterday.
drafted criminally low. I know what I'm doing. I'm a better GM than anyone on the Suns squad. And I'm going Jacob and Cheerston with my first 2 picks.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the only other producer off the board because we
You-
can't draft
you
ourselves. I'm
son
taking
of-
Leah. You can't draft yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
Looks
you
like
have a
Totri's
producer.
producing his own show on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Well, couldn't Totri choose one of you guys?
No.
Technically,
You know what? I'm gonna
technically
go-
you are
no,
No,
producer.
you can't. You can't.
Which one?
Listen.
Which one do you like more, Totri?
Listen, you know what? I'm fuck those guys. I'm going with a sleeping giant. Okay, intern David produced partially the Sun Devil show yesterday, which was full of laughter, full of content. He writes. He hooked us up with this Maddi Hackbarth interview. Guy he's working his tail off. I'm with the producers off the board. That's where I'm going with that.
Okay. You get another one now? For your last pick?
I'm taking Saul because he
Okay.
signs my paychecks.
All right.
And I think he brings a lot of good energy and a lot
Taken
of
off
good
the
takes.
top of my draft board, not going to lie. So
Technically, Brandon signs your paychecks.
Oh,
But
give me Brandon Spano. Last pick. Got my host. Got my producer. I don't want to go Espo or Gerald, even though I love them, just because I don't
forgot
want.
about Gerald.
I don't want to take the. I don't want to have a Suns crew. 2 Suns. I'm just taking the Suns. But I don't want to take an intern because they stink.
I know where he's going. I know where he's going. I
he
know
says while looking at
I know
an
where he's
intern in
going
the
with
eyes.
this.
I don't even know where I'm going with this.
I think I know where you're going with it. On 3.
Give me Petey.
Oh, I did not see that coming.
That's a tremendous
a good
pick.
pick. That is a good pick.
This is the
With short
you know-
shorts or no?
Yes.
The tough part about having of snake drafts is when you're in my spot, you just got to watch 5 picks go, 4 picks, I guess.
It's rough.
Before I get to, I just lost a lot of people. I've got Jacob. I've got Cheerston. I'm gonna go with another person that kind of put this company on their back.
You left out Johnny.
Oh no!
The
My
one and
sweet
only,
baby boy.
the one and only Johnny Venerable.
That's where I thought you were going with it.
I have the best team,
No,
and
you
it's
don't.
not even
No, you don't.
close.
I literally and figuratively overlooked him.
It's not
Dear
even
God.
close. I have Jacob, I have Cheerston, and I have Johnny. That's first off, Johnny's been on a heater, so my team's the richest.
Johnny, blame it on the bleach.
I'm also
Yeah, the bleach
bleached.
is really fucked up. Shane's like, I don't know. He's on one today.
Brain chemistry.
My
Yeah.
team would destroy yours, both physically and production wise.
Dude, no, it wouldn't.
Bro, I don't even want to get into that. My hands are certified weapons.
Listen, I've got Saul, Craig break the internet Morgan, and David, aka Mini Will Ferrell.
Okay, see how David is when you have to take his parking pass from him.
Ooh,
That's true.
banger.
David, you haven't heard about this yet, and you're outside, but your key card belongs to me now, my friend. Just saying.
I gotta go to the bathroom, guys.
Well, that's a great way to wrap up. I'd say this was a solid show, boys. It kind of went off the rails, but which one of our shows hasn't? Right?
Yes.
You really gotta go.
No, I don't. All of them have gone off the rails.
But they're great.
Yeah.
They're great.
This one stayed on it more. What were you about to say, Sean?
I was just sighing.
Oh,
No,
looked like
that's
you
it.
were trying to mouth something to the camera.
No, I was just.
Okay.
That was
I
rough.
don't know.
That was rough.
That wasn't something I was consciously doing. I wasn't expected to be called out on it and having to explain
Well,
myself.
If you're over the show today, I don't blame you, to be quite honest with you. But hopefully we entertained you just a little bit on this Friday. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, you should still follow us on social at PHNX_SunDevils. If you don't like the Slim Shadys to my right and left, you can follow me on social media and Twitter at Anthony_Totri.
At Shawn_DePaz. And my Twitter account gets sexier by the day.
Whoa. You can follow me at Shane Deef. I'll update my essay on Instagram as well. I'll update my Instagram with maybe we can take a picture soon with our hair. I don't know if I want to put that out in the world yet. I don't know if they're ready.
Are they going to change your guys' cartoons to this?
We were talking about that. It'd be a very easy fix. It's just one fill.
We
I'm
can do
kinda
it
here for
ourselves if we wanted to. Although my hair is different.
Mm,
So I cut my hair.
yeah.
Well, that
We'll
sounds
talk
like a
to-
conversation for
Follow
tomorrow's
the show at
post-game
PHNX
show.
_Sun Devils as well, guys.
Yes, please. Thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow for the ASU Washington State post-game show. But for now, peace.